Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Being Human Now show. I'm your host, Jennifer Locksmith. And today I've got two co-hosts here with me. We've got Penny Rummel and Kelly Rainbow, or should I call you Penny Coons? Oops.
It does have Kuntz on there, but it is a Rummel under my books, so
Okay.
that is appropriate. Rummel's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Good. All right. Good. And then for our guests, we've got Arla Collett Williams here. Everybody, welcome. So glad to have you all. We're going to have an awesome chat today. So just starting with my co-host, do you mind just telling people a little bit about yourselves? You've all been on the show before, so if anybody wants to do a deep dive into your bios, they can refer to those sh awesome shows and watch them too. But just a few words about yourself and maybe some books that people can check you guys out more, or recent shows you've been on, anything going on recently with you.
Kelly, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. Thank you. Let's see. Trying to think of what shows I've been on. Probably yours, Jennifer, has been the
Yeah,
recent one that I've been on.
yeah.
But also as far as books, I published the Sasquatch Message to Humanity trilogy. And so that's, just a wealth of wonderful information and wisdom. And that you can find more information. They're available on Amazon, but you can learn more about that series and those messages at www.sasquatchmessage.com. And I also organize sacred spirit gatherings, especially the Sasquatch family reunion gathering. This year was our 10th year with that. And so I put out a lot of different, information on that website as well. So it's not just that gathering. There's all kinds of other ones that are coming out, but there's more information and media, videos, and photos and all, different channel messages that I've been receiving since those books and things like that. And that can all be found at www.sasquatchfamilyreunion.com. So
Awesome.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
on Facebook, Kelly Rainbow Butterfly, if you want to connect.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Yeah, those pictures looked awesome.
yeah.
I've seen you post them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Right. Penny, what's going on with you? Well, you've just
Thank
recently had an
you.
appearance on Flash of
Yeah,
Beauty.
yeah, Flash of Beauty. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me to be a co-host with Kelly. What an honor, and of course with being with Arla and the grandmothers soon. I'm so excited about this, Jen. This is a real pleasure. So thank you. But the things that are going on with me is I'm writing a book right now, and it's called. I'll probably be finished by the end of September. It's called "The Calling of the Sasquatch People: My Awakened Soul."
Oh my
And
gosh.
just in summary, it's about when new people are coming into this or inquiring about the Sasquatch people, this book will give them kind of step by steps on different things that have happened to me in my experiences and how they can, as Arla has explained and as Kelly has explained, how you can just connect with them very simply out of respect. And there's more to the book, but it's a lot about my own awakening with them and how others can awaken themselves and really connect with the Sasquatch people. And so that's I'm very excited about that. I'm working with my editor Aaron, who's part of our group. And the other thing, I was on Flash of Beauty, and as you know, it was raw, right? I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. It was raw. It was a very emotional, but very heartfelt. So I was really excited about it being on, and all of the comments that I received from people. I thank you very much for that. And I've gotten a lot of people reaching out to me, so I'm super excited about that. And I was on your show not too long ago, and we were discussing orbs because there's certainly a connection with the Sasquatch people and the orbs. And so I photographed them almost nightly, and I decided to combine all my photographs and put them into a book. And Tom Cantrell helped me with the forward and editing the book. And that book is called Orbs, The Energy of Life, and that one is on Amazon in Kindle and in a paperback. So, yeah, I've been kind of busy, but everything's going great. And I'm just super grateful, one, to be here, to be alive, and to be connecting in with each and every one of you. And of course, the Sasquatch people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so exciting. Congratulations on that. I'm excited for that book. Thank you. Arla Collett Williams, our guest. Um, would you mind just saying a few words about yourself? We're here to talk about the grandmothers today. That's what we're gonna be talking about in Kashima, but just to kick us off, just a few words introducing yourself.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't even know where to start. Other than I've been doing this a very, very, very long time. Uh, Coming up shortly is my 70th year of knowing personally about the Sasquatch people. Uh, that was when I was 6 years old, when I had my uh, first full on uh, encounter with a young male. Um, my grandmother was instrumental in helping me understand what was going on, the things that I was experiencing and seeing, because she had had her own experiences as well, growing up in the Boston Mountain in Arkansas. We're going to talk with the grandmothers, the ancestor grandmothers. They've been a part of my life for so many years. And I started channeling them in about 1990. And so up until 2009, I had channeled them. And at that point, Kashima came, and my whole emphasis was on helping people understand what was going on with them, with their encounters, with their dreams, with anything that was happening as far as the Sasquatch people was concerned. I did not think that I would ever channel the grandmothers again. So I've come full circle. I think just a couple of months ago was the first time uh, since 2009 that I had channeled them. And the ancestor grandmothers are infinite. They are not just uh, one or two. When they showed me who they were, they showed me a line of grandmothers, one after another, after another, after another, behind, standing there through infinity. And so they are a consciousness that is very multi-dimensional and has been a part of everything for infinity and will forever. They speak for Kashima sometimes. And for anyone who doesn't know who Kashima is, he is a Sasquatch ancient. I call him grandfather. But he has taught me so many things since he came, and not just about the Sasquatch people either. Um, and she, or the grandmothers, also speak for Circe, who is a moon water person. And you probably can't see her very clear, but that's a painting of her right there. Now, Kashima can speak for himself as well as Circe, but many times the grandmothers will speak for them if they are asked a direct question about something Kashima or Circe. But they are amazing. They have done many things through my life that you just shake your head, and I do that a lot with this world. I just shake my head at the wonder that we have in this world. I was telling you a quick story about something that they did. I was at a gathering many years ago, before Facebook, actually, and I was in Tennessee. I had gone down with my 8-year-old grandson, and there were people that came from all over. And I was leaving on Sunday to come home. At that time, I had a Ford panel van that I traveled in. I could sleep in it and travel. And if I was taking, things that I made to sell, I had room for that. Well, we were getting ready to pull out into the road. It was basically a 4-lane highway. And I had looked both ways. I looked to my right. The last time I didn't see any cars coming, so I eased out into the road. I was just coming in fully into my lanes and had actually crossed one and was pulling into the farthest lane when I looked to my right and a car was speeding very fast towards me. And I just said, "Grandmothers, keep us safe." And my grandson and I watched that car come through the van and exit. It came right through. I looked and I watched it like it just came through. My grandson immediately said, "Mama, did you see that?" So at 8 years old, he knew, what had happened. Um, so we drove on and pulled over, and my grandson, the energy was just really strong for him. And he was like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. So I told him just sit there, and be quiet and kind of rest, and maybe you'll feel better. I even got him some crackers and something to drink. And we went on. As we went on, he began to get sicker and sicker until he threw up in my purse. And so we laughed about that, and still laugh about that. Um, I pulled over and we sat for a while, and he calmed down and he got a pillow and put it up on the side of the seat and the door, and he went to sleep. And then, as we went on, and he woke up, he was okay at that point. But that's just one incident that they have uh, done in my lifetime with them. And I could sit and tell stories after story of things that they've done in my life. But their wisdom is so wonderful. And I'm excited to do this again for them because they have very definite ideas about what's going on now, and how we can work through that, the same as Kashima did and does. Have so many wonderful things that they can help humanity with, and that's what they are doing, is helping humanity.
Thank them. Thank you. Thank you to them. Yeah, we appreciate it. So that's why they're coming around now. You said you were never expecting to channel them again, but
No,
so they're coming around now to help us because they know that, yeah, we can all feel it, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so one question I can just picture some people because I know it came to mind when you said, ancestor grandmothers. Maybe people that are watching this or heard of this for the first time might be wondering. So ancestor grandmothers, you said they're infinite. So it's not like these are the grandmothers were ever living, like living women. They
Not
were
like,
or
no, not
okay.
like we are.
Okay.
You could, you can, there's all kinds of names people use for spirit guides, for, you know, uh, celestial helpers, angels, whatever. There are tons of names out there that people would use, but this is who they told me they were when they came.
Okay.
And and then they showed me that image, and actually my profile photo on Facebook is a drawing that Marcia Moore did for me from my talking to her about what they look like and how she connected with them and brought that physical representation of who they are.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, so Arla, just for a little more clarity, especially with new people that might be tuning in, I'm just curious if it's very similar. I know you mentioned consciousness, so it's almost like it's the group of grandmothers that have joined together through their consciousness to help humanity. Is that a good depiction?
It very definitely has that feeling, yes, because it's an infinite number of grandmothers, and that's what they wanted me to understand was when they came and stood in front of me, and I saw this picture, physical representation of the
Mhm.
grandmothers, that there was one standing, another, for as far as you could see. And that let me know that they were not just these two. And actually, two came and stood in front of me. And it's interesting how they uh, first came to me. I knew they were there. I knew they were the grandmothers, but I had no um, idea of what they looked like. And I had been, praying and talking and meditating and asking them to allow me to see them. And so it had dawned on me one morning as I was driving into work that I I had asked and my heart was there. I told them I loved them and that I didn't have to see them. It wasn't the most important thing. I knew um, who they were. And so that morning I'm driving to work and I just gave that up. And I pull off the road, stop at a stop sign, and I'm going to turn left to go across an overpass over the highway. And as I turned slowly into that lane, about where you got on the overpass, they came and they just stood right in front of me. And I'm driving, and all they said was, "We are the ancestor grandmothers," and stood there in front of me. I saw the two. I did not see the extent of what they showed me later. And then that was it. When I awakened, I guess, I was down the road quite a ways, and I was like, I'm still like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then I realized where I was, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm way down the road now. And because to me, it felt like it was just a second that it happened. They were just there, and that was it. and then connecting with them further, they began to show me other things. And like I said, this has been decades ago that this happened, 1990, I guess. So, but yes, that's now when they decided they were going to channel through me. They never told me that they were going to channel through me. And a couple of friends and I had decided we were going to go to Tulsa and go to the Indian Art Show, which is huge. We had a friend who was exhibiting um, her art, and we wanted to go and see it and see everybody else and just have an enjoyable day. So we went. Um, one of them had been on ships many times, her husband as well. And one was a walk-in. And so that's to say my friends were not just the neighbors. They both were really awesome women. And so our conversation was just so interesting. We go to the art show. We leave a little early and decide we're going to go eat. So Chili's was there, the restaurant closed. So we went to Chili's and we got there a little before rush hour or noon time where everybody starts coming in and got a booth. And she put us in a big corner booth. And that wrapped around where I sat on one side and the other girl sat kind of around on the other side. And so we go in, and the waitress comes and takes our drink order. And while we're waiting, the grandmothers came through. And they knew exactly what was going on. So, I mean, they started asking questions. And I was trying to ground and keep it free flowing, the energy for the grandmothers. And there was a potted plant sitting on the back of the booth right beside me. And I reached up and put that little potted plant right in front of me and held it. I just had my hands around the pot of that plant. And they continued to ask questions. The waitress came. All they wanted was ice cream. I wasn't hungry.
Oh my gosh.
So they're eating ice cream and they're asking questions, and the grandmothers are answering and talking. And the waitress, she'd come by and she would look at us like, what's going on, And then people were coming in, and of course, they came right past us. And they would not look, but when they would sit down, they would notice that these two women were ordering ice cream, bowls of ice cream, one after another. And the other was sitting there holding a potted plant, talking. And that went on all through the lunch hour until the next shift came on. And there was a new waitress, and the old waitress told her what was going on. So she started coming by, and she'd go real slow and listen, to what was going on. So it wasn't long after that that the grandmother stopped speaking through me. And so I'm, still kind of thinking about what's going on here, and I'm having a conversation with them, not verbally, but we are having a conversation about what was going on, why they were doing this. And so we got up and left. And on the way, the three of us were just talking about them, and they were giving me their perspective on the grandmothers, and because I didn't remember any questions that they asked at all. And they were telling me things that they asked and what the answer was. And we got to one place where they decided to pull over and we'd just sit there. And this was outside of town. And we were sitting there, and a ship came up over from it was actually from our right up over a big hill and just came there and hovered for just a little bit, and then it was gone. And so after this happened, the next day, I'm walking around here at home and I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? I've got to do this right. I can't do this in a wrong way. And, I'm going through this and I hear the grandmothers and they're discussing me. They're talking about, what it is that she's doing. She will understand. She will get past this. It will, just like you hear somebody talking about you to each other. And it just, I was just doing that thing with the world on your shoulders. I've got to do this in such a good way. And so they finally had said, they had given me the name Shining Star. And they said, Shining Star. And of course, I listened at that point. And they said, do you remember where you were when we spoke through you? And I said, yes, we were at Chili's. Do you remember people walking by and looking at you and wondering what was going on, what things were happening? And I said, yeah. And they said, what do you think it would look like to them? And I said, well, probably pretty funny, I guess. And they said, yes, we chose that place so that you would look at this and see and laugh at the joy of doing this. This was not some great spiritual mountain that you were sitting on when we came to speak through you. You were in Chili's. And it just hit me that, yeah, this is okay, and it is funny. And when I think about how that must have looked, there was two women eating ice cream. Every time they'd run out, they'd order more ice cream because they knew we'd have to leave if they weren't eating something. And a woman sitting across from them holding a potted plant on the table talking nonstop. And I just laughed. I thought, oh my gosh, so they had dealt with me in that manner, which is kind of like Coyote, and Coyote and I are good friends too. Um, so that was where they chose that. And they have done so many things there in the beginning that just shook me out of what I call my piousness, and just made it such a joy.
I'm all for the ice cream.
Me too.
Others in the ice cream.
Or you'd probably be asking questions nonstop. For sure.
Yeah, so they were preparing you to be in like public settings, just normal settings, so they were able to talk to people. So this is, yeah, what's kind of coming ahead for you in this next
And
chapter.
that's what I did for many years.
Yeah. Now they're coming around again.
Yes. Yes, they are. That's full circle.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Well, I have a question. Not that it matters what they look like, but could you describe what they look like? I'm just curious as to whether are they all different, like all different areas of the world as far as how they look, or they're not Sasquatch, are they?
No.
Okay.
They have their own unique look. And
Okay.
if you will look at that my profile
Yes.
photo,
Mm-hmm.
you will see there are markings on their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
They're unique in those.
Okay.
And Marcia Moore did
Yeah.
a wonderful job in bringing them into the physical
Mhm.
realm to be able to get an idea, of how they showed themselves to me.
Do you have that
Is
picture?
that do
Do you have
what?
that picture, Jennifer? The audience would love that. That's
Oh,
a
you know
that
what? I
is
will, good idea. I
beautiful
will put, if you
frame.
don't, yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I'll edit it in and it'll pop up. Yeah,
Wonderful.
good
Okay.
idea. Because, yeah, that's beautiful. Marcia did a magnificent job.
Mhm.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Um, I just cried when she sent it to me. I was just like, because they don't look like somebody's grandma, in other words. So they are more than that, but their energy is very much like a grandmother energy
Mhm.
as well. But Kashima's energy for me is very much like a grandfather and teaches me very much like he's my grandfather. I do call him that, and he calls me Aucha, which is granddaughter from his perspective.
That's lovely.
Yeah. I have questions for the grandmothers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, where do we want to take it from here? I'm kind of following your lead, Arla. Do we, what do
I'm
you want to do?
I'm fine to bring them. Um, and I usually chant
Okay.
to bring them in honor of them. Most time I don't know what's gonna come. It comes. I don't know how well this will pick up either. Um, but we will bring them.
Okay. Yeah. No pressure. We'll see what happens.
Niyaha haneyo niyaha haneyo niyaha niyahu. Greetings from the grandmothers. We are very glad to be here today, and we feel very blessed with these beautiful women who are bringing forth so many wonderful things into this world. I want to talk for a minute about ascension. So many people are talking about ascension and thinking it's a place they're going to go. It is a consciousness, and our consciousness can go where it needs to go. Many are saying only so many will go, and that is not the way it is. Anyone can ascend through their consciousness at any time. Many are ascending now. Many are in the fourth dimension, coming back and forth between the third and the fourth. Many are also able to be within the fifth. Many choose to ride the dimensions, to experience in different dimensions. coming back to the third for service, for doing what it is their soul has purpose to do in this third dimension. This is a special dimension, the third dimension, but it is a hard dimension. There is so much to learn about yourself and who you really are. Don't get caught up in the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension thinking. Think in love. Love is the key to ascension. Without love, ascension doesn't exist. It seems as if everything is chaotic. We can assure you it is not. Chaos is an illusion that 3D dwells within. Release that illusion. You are love, then you are peace. Those things help us to understand compassion, kindness, things that people take for granted as just something someone feels or does. It is more than that. That is the simplicity of ascension. We are so joyful in seeing all the people, all these humans who are rising through those dimensions and not rising as if to be above others. In ascension, in that understanding, you are above no one. Contact is something that is being used to bring fear. Fear cannot exist for contact to become complete. Many individuals are already working with star people. There has already been contact. Contact comes from many beings. For all our star beings, there is nothing on this earth that wasn't somewhere else. There are other planets, other galaxies, very much like this. The Earth School is a hard school to come to. But the Oversoul knows there is so much to be learned on this earth and how much love she has. Your bodies that hold that soul within it are the same as the Earth Mother. Everything is the same. There is no difference. The Sasquatch people knew that before they ever came to this earth. They were with the Earth Mother when she was being birthed. They knew there was something they were going to be doing. In your heart, in your heart, in your heart is the key to who you are. Many people ask, who am I? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? You are supposed to see the love that you are. You came into this as love. Know that you do not have to bring love. It is already who you are. Just release everything else that you no longer need to be the love that you are. We send you our love. And we are ready for questions.
That was amazing. I'm just taking it all in right now. Um,
Beautiful. I want to
yeah.
thank you, Arla, and many thanks to the grandmothers for such a beautiful and powerful message. I feel like I'm still integrating a lot of that in too. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Arla and the grandmothers, for meeting us where we are. I felt like I was right there with you, and I agree with my host and co-host. It's just pouring in. It's pouring in. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
You are
thank you.
most welcome, beautiful women. You are the epitome of what it is to share grandmother love.
Um, is there any advice you can give us? We know, the love, but is there any advice you can give us about how we can prepare for what's coming practically? Um, I don't know how else to say it. Um, any preparations well, no, you said we just need to be love. It's already within us. Yeah. I don't know.
I have a, yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a lot, huh? It's a lot.
It is.
The the energy that grandmothers are bringing, grandmother for bringing to us is so feminine. I mean, it's a lot, right? But my question is around the energies of our world as it currently is, because sometimes I feel less and less of this, but masculine energy is off a little. And grandmothers, do you feel like this is coming back into balance?
Balance has been here. Humanity has not accepted it. One thing that is being seen is more and more of that masculine aspect, if you want to call them men, are walking closer to the feminine aspect. We see so many men carrying that feminine and pouring that out of them. The balance has always been here. The balance has always been here. the balance has always been here. Humanity is who has not connected with the balance. Within each of you, there is masculine and feminine. And even at that, sometimes you get into a place where those are at odds with each other. Stop. Look into your heart. Recognize that though this physical body appears as feminine, it is also masculine.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I feel like you covered it. I mean, I'm not sure
You
I
know,
have
you
any.
ask, what could you do
Mm-hmm.
to be ready for what's going to come? We are creating what is coming. It is within you to create the outcome.
Okay.
Many tell us what the outcome will be. And there will be outcomes that will be that, but it does not have to be your outcome. If you are in your heart and connected, then regardless of what's going on, you are still in that space that you need to be in. Don't let someone else tell you what your outcome is going to be.
Grandmothers, I have one more question, please. That's beautiful. This has been on my heart a lot lately. It is something that I am trying to incorporate into my book, and we all deal with it. And it's something I deal with, everyone does, and it has to do with our ego. And the question that I have is, grandmothers, do you feel it's important to transcend our ego?
Humanity is very proficient in taking words and making them to be one way or another. Ego in itself is not a bad thing. It is a part of the human experience. It is what you do when you dwell in the ego that creates a disease within that person. You look at someone and you say, their ego is taking them in a wrong way. They're just doing this for themselves. Ego is not just that. And so, one of humanity's tasks in learning is to release that thought of ego and replace it with learning. We cannot say if that person isn't learning something from that experience. When we feel upset with someone for some reason, Do as Shining Star has said many times, send them peace, send them love. Those two bring about compassion and kindness and caring and understanding. You will hear us use the term we. Shining Star is one of us, and we will use the term we as an honor to her. You will hear us use the word I. These are words that are not of us, but they are understandable by humans. We can say love covers all, but until you understand who you are in love, it becomes more difficult in experiencing this human existence. When you look at someone who is having a very hard time, they are learning from these things. And if you are open, you will learn something too, because everything that person experiences could have been within you if you had made that choice.
You said the star people have been here. Are we going to start interacting with the star people more? Are more people going to start having contact? Like,
Many people have been
yeah.
since the beginning. When the star people came, the star people and Kashima's people and others were witnessing and involved in the birthing of the Earth Mother. They were there sustaining as she came to life. It was already known what would be here on the earth. Kashima's people came willingly to help. They are love and have such a great love for this Earth Mother in watching her as she was birthed and the things that she went through. She is a sentient being, a light that came to a physical life for souls. She has given herself as a school of learning. And she loves all. She is love. There are many things that are going on with the Earth Mother. These things we affect. Our thoughts, our actions affect her in her daily being.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I have a question for the grandmothers. I'd just like to know what you can advise, what we can do to better help the planet, to help Earth to heal, and in turn help ourselves physically to heal. Everything within the 3D realm, because that's what we're navigating the most right now. And of course I understand the conscious awareness and the ascension and the transcending, but it's really hard to get through the 3D thing. And so whatever advice that there may be to help us help ourselves, to help us heal, and help our fellow humans, and to help us to heal the planet, that's I'd be interested to hear what they have to say.
The first thing we would say to you is to continue to be who you are. Speak out when you feel you are to speak out, but do it in a manner that is respectful. Humans in the 3D do not have to walk around like they are above being in this 3D. You live here. It is your day-to-day life. And if we don't care for each other and care for the planet, this Earth Mother, then she stays as she is. Feeding people. The simple act of feeding someone is a very high vibration. A smile is a very high vibration. Caring when you see someone who is having a problem, even though it's not something that you yourself can do something about that, you can share the energy with them. Do the things that are out of love in the 3D. The 3D brings us to that space of beginning to understand who you are, who you truly are. And within that is your guidance to know what you are to do. There are many helpers for humans to guide them in what they should do. We see that every day with humanity. Support the Earth Mother with your love. Kashima had asked Shining Star many years ago to support the grid, to support the energy around the Earth Mother. And it is one of the things that their people did and continued to do from the birthing of the mother. They were there to help with that energy that wrapped around her and held her like you would wrap your arms around someone and hold them close. Continue to do what it is your heart tells you to do. Listen to your guides. Listen to those who walk with you. They will lead you to the space you need to be. Honor the plants. All that is here expressly for humanity. to help humanity. This wasn't something that just happened. This was by divine design that this Earth Mother was birthed. And everything that that human body needs is here, a part of the physicalness of this Earth Mother. Continue to open your heart, connect it to the brain. The brain is the guide that sends out what needs to be done for the body. The heart guides the brain in doing this. The plants and trees are speaking to many now, sharing with them how this is to be. When you come to understanding who you are in that love will take over your completeness, and you will feel it, and you will see yourself connected to everything. You are not alone. You are loved because you love.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Anyone else have any more questions? Do you have any more messages for us?
Humanity is walking into fear at this time. There are things that are in the skies that are being used to create fear. Look to the heavens. There is no fear there. The fear comes within humanity. It is a tool that can be used. Regardless of what comes or doesn't come, fear and love and understanding are not compatible. We thank you, strong women, for being here. Our hearts are full, seeing the love that each of you radiate and what you do. So many blessings to you all.
Blessings to you. Thank you. We love you.
Okay. Thank you.
Shawa, aye, what you know. Ishawa, 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 Maneo.
That was magnificent. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much for doing this for them.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, there was so many beautiful messages. I'm going to be digesting that for like the next few weeks. This is so beautiful. Thank you.
It was. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Arla, grandmothers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, girls, for being here. I just loved it.
I know, this is wonderful. And I know everyone watching will love it too, because this is medicine. This is
Oh,
medicine right
yeah.
now for the world. We needed this. This is no coincidence. This timing is divine. Of course it is. There's no coincidences.
No, no, we're all in the flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're in amazing times. It's exciting. This was a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're each a gift.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
grateful
you.
for all of you. Um, is there any last thing? I know one thing you wanted, when we talked on the phone, Arlie, you wanted to talk a little bit about star people. Is there anything you wanted to mention before we
Mm,
close
okay.
out? Yeah.
Um, I've been working with a group of star people for a while now. And they are the ones who orchestrated the light codes video that I was able to record. Lights of consciousness that was directed actually by an Arcturian. I can call him Ishmael. He informed me that names are not needed, that we would steal, but he allowed me to call him Ishmael. Let's see, there is a Lyran here, and I'm to call him Ishtar. And there is an ancient grandmother Sasquatch that is a part of the group. Her name is Warima. Um, Even Ascended Master Sanat Kumara has a part in this, among others, who are helping Circe, who is the moon water person. She has been showing me how it is that they help to birth moons and planets, and how they work with the waters here on the earth. Um, and I'll be talking more and more about her as well. She is here on the earth in the waters at this time, along with others. Um, and she works with the cetaceans as well. Um, and so I'm learning about that, what the group are doing here that I've been working with. They are working with the elements in helping each of the elements in earth, fire, air, and water. And then the fifth element is space that covers all. And it's been very interesting for me. I mean, I talked to the star people when I was just a little girl, but working with them in this manner has been very enjoyable for me. And to be able to see all the support that the Earth Mother, that they're giving the Earth Mother, they're here helping her. And in that, they are helping humanity as well. And the light codes video, what it does is it opens um, your consciousness within and brings out information that would be something for you. And in that, it raises your consciousness, or helps with your consciousness. And that in turn then helps humanity's consciousness. So the light codes overall speak to anyone who is open to have things within them activated and come to light. It's kind of like if you were going to read your Akashic records, there are things that you are going to open to some type of understanding that's already within you and a part of who the oversoul. And so that was something I didn't expect to see in video either. But then I guess over the years, there's been a whole lot I didn't expect. I'm kind of like, I'm just flowing along here, and then this comes and that comes. And I always I've told Kashima for years, and I tell everyone, put it in my face. I don't want to miss it. Put it right here where I can see and I know. I don't want to miss something that I'm supposed to see.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely doing that. They're surprising you right and left, and they know you can
Yeah,
handle it. So I'm just like throwing it at you.
evidently.
Well, you're doing a magnificent job handling it, I have to say. And thank you so much for sharing it all with us.
You're so welcome. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I've done over the years, I don't know how many podcasts and conferences and stuff. But I've talked about the grandmothers through the years since 2009, and they were actually the ones who brought Kashima, got me ready for Kashima to come. So they're like this group that kind of ganged up on me and said, oh boy, girl, you got some interesting things coming.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound like you're nearly done, Arla. It sounds like you're getting started in a whole new chapter now.
I
So,
know. I know. I mean, y'all be 76 in a couple of months, and I look forward to every day.
we're grateful. We're grateful. Um, do you have one last message before we close out that you want to leave the audience with?
I would ask everyone, when you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you tell that person you see in the mirror that you love them. It's so important to love yourself. And no, when I look in that mirror, do I see what I saw 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? No, but you begin to see within that person. And if you feel like, well, I'm just not good enough, or I just can't, put some love on it and just tell yourself, you can do this. Love yourself. Let go of all that stuff. You're learning. We're all here learning. Some days when I look in that mirror first thing, ooh, the look on my face, it's like, no, we're not going there. We're not going there. So, yeah, it's a simple thing to do. Most of you look in the mirror anyway, first thing in the morning or early in the morning. Start your day with that.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, I think that's a fabulous note to end on. Um, Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Kelly, Penny, Arla,
Thank you.
I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
yeah,
Thank you, girls.
Thank
I
you.
loved it.
all right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love you all. Bye bye.